Now, churches are supposed to take care of the poor. I thought religion, basically the Christian religion, says to take care of the poor and the homeless. Well, a San Francisco Catholic church has apparently not gotten that memo because they installed a watering system, quote unquote, that discourages homeless people by drenching them while they sleep. You see, they had a problem with homeless people sleeping inside of the doorway. So instead of actually trying to solve the problem of homelessness, this church decided it would be much, much better to instead ward off homeless people by trying to drench them with water. Wow. KCBS reported that the no trespassing signs outside the primary church for Archdiocese of San Francisco St. Mary's Cathedral did not mention what would happen to the homeless who tried to sleep under the cover in the building's doorway. At random times throughout the night, water pours from a hole in the ceiling about 30 feet above, drenching the alcove and anyone in it. The shower ran for about 75 seconds every 30 to 60 minutes while we were there, starting before sunset, simultaneously in all 4 doorways. KCBS witnessed it soak homeless people and their belongings. A homeless person named Robert told KCBS that people continued to risk their own health by sleeping under the shower. Quote, "We're going to be wet all there. We're going to be wet there all night. So hypothermia, cold, all that other stuff could set in. Keeping the church clean, but it could make people sick." Not only that, but not only are they drenching homeless people, but one of the other complaints is that, hey, you're also wasting water when California has about a year left of water saved up, and then they're out. So not only are you being a dick to homeless people, you're also using up water that could be better used elsewhere. Wow. Cathedral staff confirmed that the system has been in place for about a year, and it was intended to discourage homeless people from seeking shelter. Archdiocese spokesman Chris Lyford said, quote, "We do the best we can in supporting the dignity of each person, but there's only so much you can do. So because we can't do more to help the homeless, we're just going to let them be soaked instead so that they go away and go somewhere else." Oh, really? This is how we treat homeless people in America. Remember, a sizable majority of homeless people are also veterans. So you're going to disparage veterans as well. Interesting. And also terrible. Now, remember what Jesus said about homeless people? Considering how this is a Catholic church, right? That's actually supposed to be, helping homeless people. What did Jesus say about homeless people, about the poor? Proverbs 29:7, quote, "A righteous man knows the rights of the poor. A wicked man does not understand such knowledge." I would say that Chris Lyford and the rest of the Archdiocese spokesmen are wicked men. They're not respecting the rights of the poor. The right of the poor to actually have a place to sleep. Look, we've criminalized homelessness in America. People have put up anti-homeless people strips. Churches like this one have set up systems where you would discourage the homeless people. It's sort of like using a hose to spray off a cat from your lawn. "Oh, get off my lawn, cat." That's essentially what they're doing. "Get off my lawn, homeless people. We don't want you here. Oh, by the way, we're supposed to serve the community and help the homeless as Jesus commands, but we're not going to do that. No, we're not going to do that. It'd take too much work. We can solve the homeless problem. We can solve the homeless problem. And it's actually cheaper to solve the homeless problem than to leave us homeless. A Florida study found that it would take about 10 grand per homeless person to give them a home, job training, health care, and a possibility of actually being able to be a productive citizen. Now, how much does it cost to keep them on the street? 30 grand per homeless person. That Florida study. That is the most damning study I've seen. And it just shows, that study shows that what we're doing to the homeless people is not because of cost. It's not because it would cost too much to help them. It's because in America we have a war against the homeless. We have a war against the poor. And the people that are supposed to be helping the poor, the people that are supposed to be caring about the poor, to do the most for the poor, the Christians, the supposed Christians, the religious right, who are supposed to be so righteous and such good people and true Americans, are not helping those that are actually true Americans that have fought for our country and that are sitting in our streets right now without a place to live, without proper mental health care. And we're not doing a damn thing about it. We have a war on the poor. We are punishing the poor for being poor. We are punishing the homeless for being homeless, for being unlucky enough to fall through the cracks. Because if you fall through the cracks and God forbid you try to actually find a place just to rest, you'll get shooed away like a dog. It's sad. It's disgusting. And to see a church do this. If you're not enraged, there's something wrong with you. You have no feelings. You have no respect.